Hello and welcome to Rage Quit. My name is Jay, and in this video, even though Games Workshop don't come outright and say it, essentially Warhammer 40k 9th edition is on the horizon. So on the Warhammer community website today, Games Workshop have posted the big Warhammer 40k preview is coming next Saturday, May the 23rd. And this essentially confirms what a lot of the online rumours have been talking about a new edition of Warhammer 40,000, which will be coming. The rumour is September because of COVID-19. There's been a delay, and this apparently would have been dropped at Adepticon, we still think. Maybe not, they might have waited till afterwards. Maybe this would have been the big thing at the end, that it was on its way. There's all this, like, not patriarch or something like that. There's a Necron vibe going on because I think the room is going to be like a Space Marine and a Necron starter set for the 40k edition. And yeah, let's have a quick look at the actual thing from Games Workshop. So there's an article today which Age of Sigmar Deathmatch. I mean, if you're interested in this, feel free. I'm not 100% sure what this is. It looks like a AdMech, but yeah, fine. What is this? The Psychic and Awakening with the Necron. Everything there is talking about what we already knew. But they talk about this, the big Warhammer 40k preview online. So I said at the end of the second one or the third one, whichever one was the last one, that if they were going to do an announcement now, they would do a special thing and make it quite clear somehow that it was different. Because they want this, they want you to think this is the big one. This is what they're doing. They're saying it's the big Warhammer 40k preview. This, to me, all but confirms that we're going to get a new edition of 40k this year. And also people were doubting that because obviously it's rumours. I offhandedly said that even, I think it was like 6 months after 8th edition was done, there was an interview with one of the developers and he was like, yeah, we started working on 9th edition straight after 8th. And people were like, can you find it? I was like, no, I can't find it. Like, I really can't remember where that was from. But we knew it's inevitable at some point. It was just the time. It strongly now seems to go with those rumours of, I mean, the rumours essentially are looking more and more correct that we're getting a new 40k edition. And it looks like it's going to be Necrons and Space Marines. Probably primary Space Marines. I mean, that's a no-brainer. Necrons, interesting choice. It'd be a jumping for joy if that actually does come to fruition. And I guess the normal release would have been July, because that's how and when Games Workshop do their big announcements. Obviously this year with COVID-19, if we say like Adepticon was March and now we're in May, and there's like a 2-month window where we go from July to September, they may just shift everything back. So everything seems to be aligning that is true. But on a personal note, I'm very interested what happens to Kill Team with the new edition, how much this new edition really changes the game. There's a couple of things. It's on Saturday on Twitch if you're interested. I'll definitely be in the chat lingering and lurking. For me, the key things are the rumour is that it's not actually going to be a revolutionary edition. It is going to be an evolution. So they're just going to fix things. Basically, they're going to tweak things and fix things. Yes, I'm sure there'll be the odd major change, but we're not going to get the massive, massive change. And the massive, massive change that I personally sort of need to happen to ever consider 40k. That's not true. I might consider 40k at some point, but the real main rule change that I personally would like to see would be alternate actions. I just feel like it's on a competitive level with alternating actions. You're like bruh, what are you doing? I would accept the Kill Team methodology. Now, I'm interested personally in how they will handle Kill Team with this. If they'll just say Kill Team is as it is. Really depends on the severity of the rule changes, I guess. And yeah, I suspect it'll just be like tidying up stuff. People who know the game will be like, oh, this is broke, this is annoying. And I suspect it'll be that. And they seem to promise every single time that the game's going to get less bloated, and it never does. But, you know, maybe eventually this one will be the less bloated edition. I sort of think that 9th will be more of the same. And then if they ever like 10th edition, I have a feeling that they might even just rebrand. I'm going to call it here now on May the 17th, 2020, that the next, the 10th edition of 40k may not get called the 10th edition. They might do an Xbox kind of thing, not call it 40k 1, but they might just call it Warhammer 40k and sort of scrap just redo the whole thing. Maybe go to alternating actions in episode 10 in edition 10. I feel like they'll be like, well, now it makes sense for us to just change it completely. 9th, I think, is going to be more of the same, so it's probably not going to be for me personally. But yeah, next Saturday it looks like it's going to get announced. Will there be any surprises? I don't personally think so, but let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are you with me? Do you think, I'm actually not going to get into this almost no matter what, but it's, if you're interested in tabletop gaming, when you're the biggest game in the world, like in terms of like wargaming, not D&D and stuff like that, well, I guess it rivals that. When you're the biggest game in the sphere that you enjoy is having a new edition, that's big times and interesting for a lot of people. So there'll be a lot of people who always consider getting back into Games Workshop games, and then a lot of people remember that they broke the rules and models. You need 1 billion models, like 100 models sometimes to, people remember that and then decide not to. But some people will jump in. I'll be very, 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 very surprised if I don't buy the starter set. And I'm pretty confident I won't play the game. I'm just one of those people. I guess many of you will be one of those people. Some of you will actually enjoy 40k and be like loving it, but I think I'm just one of those people who cling on to the idea that it'd be good and then it just not being for me. Have the most beautiful day. Like and subscribe if you're interested in this. I'll obviously be covering it next Saturday, but it is on Twitch, so you could just check that out. Have a beautiful day. Goodbye.